Hello, Bill.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How's the weather are you in West Virginia right now?
I am, and it's very, very nice outside.
Same here. Same here. Spring has returned, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, we're glad that you took the time to do this, and we thank you for being a part of our big 20th annual storytelling festival here, the Sounds of the Mountain Storytelling Festival. Um, so this week, right now, and we're recording this here on March the 8th, 2021, it marks about exactly 1 year ago when this whole COVID thing hit and the world was shook and the ACC basketball tournament was canceled and all those things. So just to, as briefly as you can explain it, how did you how did you and your family, do during this time? Learn any new skills, any new hobbies?
Well, a year ago today, I had just gotten home from the Azalea Storytelling Festival, and that's the last big live event that I did, non-COVID event. I mean, I'm sure half the people in there probably had it, but we didn't know yet. And there was just that feeling that things were going to shut down, and sure enough, they did. And the first thing that we did as a family, we have this big cabinet upstairs, entertainment center, and underneath of it is, I don't know, 400,000 square feet that is crammed full of board games. And we decided that we were going to play every board game in our collection and see which ones we could finally get rid of. So we played a lot of board games and got rid of a few. And then I did a lot of housework, a lot of little projects around the house, a lot of big projects around the house. But no, I don't think that I've learned anything new, except that I am still as bad at carpentry and plumbing as I was when all of this began.
I think some of that must be genetic because, I love woodwork, but I'm terrible at it. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you and your family are healthy. What board game stuck out as the best? Did you return to any of them more than once?
Oh yeah, we played a lot of Risk. There was a lot of Risk going on because honestly, we have what we consider our third child is my daughter's best friend across the street, and they are sort of in our bubble. And I kept winning at Risk. The four of us would play, my two kids and the young lady across the street, and I kept winning. Well, actually, me and my daughter kept winning, which made her friend and my son really mad. So we had to keep playing Risk until one of them won. And finally, I think my daughter and I just decided that it was time to let someone else feel good about themselves. But yeah, a lot of Risk, a lot of Monopoly, games like that.
It's very benevolent.
Things that take a lot of time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Risk is too competitive for me. I get too worked up. I worry about the little people getting conquered. I don't know. I just, I can't sacrifice the countries for the big win. So this would have been your third appearance at our Sounds of the Mountains Festival. Third or
fourth, yeah.
Okay, well, and we're not in person, but we're trying this online thing again. It'll be a little bit different, but Camp Bethel in the spring. I think I remember one year you and your family got lost on one of our trails. We won't talk about that, but we
didn't get lost. We weren't lost.
Come on, it's my story, Come on, it's my little embellishment. What do you remember about being at Camp Bethel or being at our festival?
Oh, certainly taking that hike with my family was fun. We took a right out of where we were staying in that little building, and a long time later, we came back to the front of the building from another direction. So, yeah, it's so beautiful there with the creek running through it, and the little pond that's over there is a nice little quiet place to sit at night when everybody else has gone to bed. The building where the festival takes place, the gymnasium, cafeteria, multi-room, whatever you call it, it's just always so fun to be in there, and it's such a nice crowd. There's several, at least a dozen families or people that we know that come to the festival every year. So each festival has its own sort of reunion feeling to it, especially for the tellers, getting to see the people that always come to that festival, but also getting to see each other. And it's really nice to one of the things I think most of the tellers like about it is the communal feeling that we have, kind of all sharing a dorm facility. A lot of times we're in hotels or in people's houses, something like that. So we see each other, but we don't get to have a whole lot of time to spend together. But with the nice common room there where we stay, it's fun to sit around with the tellers and catch up and hash out new material and see who stole what from whom.
That's right. The walls are very thin in that building. It was built in like 1970, and I don't think there's anything between the drywall and the studs in the next room. So you find out which other storytellers
Nope.
snore and use CPAP machines and those kind of things.
That's the truth.
So one of the probably the thing that we miss the most about being in person at Sounds of the Mountains is not so much the fellowship and the good human spirit. It's the food. What food item do you hope we have when you return in person to Sounds of the Mountains?
I mean, when you submitted these questions, the first thing that came to mind when I read that one was the chocolate chip cookies. But all of the food is just so good. I mean, it's like a big potluck supper that we get to have all weekend long, and I love a potluck supper. So the cookies for sure, but just I can't turn away from a casserole. So anytime there's anything in a casserole dish, I'm at it and wishing there was more of it.
That, and thinking about your career as a storyteller and all the different festivals that you've had to either enjoy or endure, or the venues that have been really great or have been really painful, not to name any names and not to implicate anybody, but I'm just wondering, like, do you have, like, was there a worst situation, a worst venue, or maybe somewhere that you just absolutely bombed, and can you describe it?
My very first paying gig that wasn't the West Virginia Liars Contest, I was living in North Carolina at the time, and I got hired to come up to West Virginia to do a festival. And I think I got paid I know I got paid $100, and it only cost me $120 to get there and back. So I really felt like, I was hitting the big time. But at that particular festival, it was a buckwheat pancake festival. And so the organizers had me speaking to the people that were going through the buffet, which is a very difficult situation to tell stories in, because people can't stop to listen. So they're only hearing for the 3 or 4 minutes that they're going through the buffet. And then they're really thinking about, syrup choices more than they are about listening to me. And on top of that, I had to stand on a milk crate so that people could see me, and then talk into a microphone that was plugged into a record player. That was the entire amplification. So that was my first paying gig ever. And after that, everything was downhill. Nothing has topped that experience yet, fortunately.
Did they at least give you pancakes?
I think I had to pay for them. I think that came out of my $100.
Came off the $100. That's right. Yeah. Sorry, sir. You ate $18 worth of pancakes.
It's like in the Blues Brothers, right? When they get done playing at the bar, and they're supposed to get $50 or $1,000, but they drank $1,200 in beer or something like that.
We booked you for 2021 for our big 20th, because we build this, believe it or not, we've built this as an all headliners. So we consider you a headliner, Bill. I hope you feel the love.
Well, I mean, I figured I was doing okay if you had me on this interview and told me that other people bombed. So I figured that wasn't me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I could tell some stories. Maybe when we get maybe at the 30th anniversary, I can maybe tell some stories about some of the antics that have gone on Sounds of the Mountains weekend. Bill, Virginia, West Virginia, a pretend rivalry, a pretend, it's kind of like a Minnesota and Iowa. They have that pretend, like one state called. What do Virginians have completely wrong about West Virginians?
I think probably my favorite T-shirt in the world says West Virginia, the best Virginia since 1863. I think that sums it up. I think that Virginians tend to believe that we're sort of second-class Virginia, while in fact we are the best. We have the best that there is to offer with all of the word Virginia involved.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let the fans determine the accuracy of that statement. Your calf muscles are definitely thicker than us Virginians, because you have to walk up and down all the time. There's no flat space. Even the interstates
Yeah.
are like a 45-degree angle. Yeah.
I read somewhere that we're the most expensive state to build interstates in because there's so many bridges. But our house sits up on a hill, and it's I believe it's 30 steps up, not just 30 steps from the driveway to the front door. We have to go up 30 steps. So everybody in the family's in pretty good shape, carrying stuff up from the car, and keeps us healthy.
Good. Well, my father was born in West Virginia. He was born in Aminata, West Virginia, near Williamson.
Okay.
I think the state line ran right through the center of his 2-story duplex growing up.
Yeah, that part of West Virginia is the part of West Virginia that people think about when they think about West Virginia. I think the coal mining and all of that area.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the railroad and the coal mines. Well, I really appreciate you you spending some time with us. We're looking forward to hearing your stories and to seeing your technical foibles as you submit them. I mentioned in an earlier email to you that I may or may not ask you to do your best Donald Davis impersonation. And, and I have no idea whether Donald Davis will allow this or will. I don't know. You got a Donald Davis impersonation?
I think our favorite, hold on a second. Let me see if the children are here. I'm going to round them up. Can I do that?
Yeah, we can edit this part out. No problem.
All right. Allie.
He's involving his family. We're going to get in trouble for this. I know.
Yeah, I know. This is totally unrehearsed though. They're going to come down. I haven't told them what we're doing. I'm just going to say to them, let's do our, do you want to be on screen for a second?
I can be.
I mean, it might be played online.
That's fine.
Okay. Tell your brother.
We'll check with, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just put it out there.
You can off screen if I need to.
Okay. You're welcome to be.
What's going on?
Okay. I'm being interviewed for Sounds of the Mountain Storytelling Festival, the one at the Creepy Little Camp down in Virginia. Yeah. And they want us to do, he asked me to do my favorite or best Donald David impression. Mm-hmm. And without even telling you two what I'm going to do, I want you to come in here and just join in with me. Okay, come on. Get in the camera.
Okay.
All right. Ready? I think we're all going to do the same thing here. So ready? 1, 2, 3. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. See?
That's good.
Love you, Donald.
Let's hope that story makes it in, and then maybe we can cut it and piece those. Just repeat that line over and over again. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Bill, thank you so much. Thank you. What a great appearance from your children and unrehearsed. We look forward to seeing you, and we certainly look forward to a couple years from now having you here in person. And I promise to have a better trails map so that you don't get lost again. And we'll have chocolate chip cookies waiting for you.
That's finally what brought us back, was the smell of the cookies.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't get lost. It just ended up being longer than we intended.
Coming from the winner of the West Virginia Liars competition, I believe every word.
Right. It's like my dad would say, we'd go hiking with the scouts or whatever, and we'd get lost. But his response was, I'm not lost. I know. What would he say? He said, no. Somebody would say, you don't know where you are. And he would say, of course I know where I am. I've been lost here before. So and there you go.
And with that, Bill, thank you very, very much. Have a good year. Have a good spring. Get your vaccination when it's your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in line. You can, we are the #1 state for vaccinating people, and we're down to people over 50. So we're in line.
Cool. We'll see you online in our stories, and we'll see you back here in a couple years. Thanks a lot, Bill.
Great. Yep. Thank you. Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. Big shout out of thanks to our sponsors, and thank you for your donation to Camp Bethel and for tipping the performers. Use the donor buttons or links on this page. Thank you.